Okay, everyone, for writing today, we're going to do a guided writing. So first, what we're going to do is we are going to maybe pick some topics that we might want to write about. So can anyone give me a topic number 1 that they might want to write about? Okay, I can give the first topic, and then maybe that can give you some more ideas. So maybe first we can talk about maybe if you have a pet. So my pet's name is Lola. So I'm going to write for number 1, Lola. That can be our first topic we might write about. Can anyone give me another idea? Butterflies. Okay, that's a good idea. I'll write that down. Okay, and let's do maybe 2 more. So we have Lola, butterflies, and the third one, sports. Oh, that is a great one. Okay, sports. And then our fourth one, yes, cars. Okay, that is good. So our first one we might write about is Lola. Our second one's going to be butterflies. Our third one is going to be sports. And then our fourth one is car. Okay, can everyone anyone that would like to talk about a dog or your dog, or specifically my dog, is Lola, so that's why I wrote Lola, but we could just do dogs or pets. So raise your hand if you would like to do dogs. Okay, I see 5 hands, so I'm going to write 5. Okay, so we have 5 people that want to talk about pets. Raise your hand if you would like to talk about butterflies. Okay. 3 people. Okay. Sports. Anyone that would like to write about sports? Okay, 2 people. And cars? 4. Okay, so the one that won is pets, dog. Or pets, and today we're going to talk about dogs specifically. We're first going to talk about, we're going to use a graphic organizer, and graphic organizers can look a little bit different. The graphic organizer that we're going to be using today is going to look like this. Graphic organizers are a great tool to help us think of all of the things that we would like to write about, because sometimes when you get a piece of paper and you want to write one specific topic, sometimes it can be very hard to stay on topic. So today what we're going to do is first we're going to have a graphic organizer, and then we'll be able to write our story together. By having a graphic organizer, it makes sure that we go over all of the topics that we want to talk about, but we're still relating back to our main topic. So we're going to have our main topic, which today we talked about what would we want as our main topic, and our main topic we talked about was going to be about dogs, or for mine, because you'll already be watching me do this, it's going to be about Lola. So we're going to think of some things that we would like to write about specifically about a dog. So in my big circle, it's going to be my main topic. So my main topic, I'm going to write main topic. And my main topic we're going to write about today is Lola, which is my dog. So I'm going to put Lola. So this is what you would do on your paper, is you would write main topic, and then you would write, what is that main thing you're talking about? Are you talking about dogs? Are you talking about sports? Are you talking about cars? So you're going to write, when you get your paper, whatever you would like to write about, because today it's going to be a free write, just to make sure that we're staying on topic of what we're writing about. So for mine, I'm going to write about my dog, Lola. So now you can see we have one big circle, and around it, we have 5 squares. And in our squares, those are going to be our supporting evidence, or maybe just relating back to our main idea. So for Lola, one thing that I would know, that I know about Lola, which is my dog, is she has 4 legs. So I would write, and I wouldn't have to use my sentence right now. I would just be writing a little bullet point to remind me of what I need to write about. So I'm not going to write she has 4 legs right now. I'm just going to write 4 legs. Because when we write, see, I put 4 legs. Whenever we write our writing, that is when we're going to put our ideas that are in the boxes into a sentence and into a paragraph. So one sentence is going to be about how she has 4 legs. Another sentence is going to be about what type of dog she is. So Lola is actually a husky. So I'm going to write husky in my box. And that'll remind me when I go to write that I need to talk about what type of dog she is, because no one knows what type of dog she is. So I need to make that clear in my story of what dog I am writing about. Yes, we know her name is Lola, but what type of breed is she? Meaning, what type of dog is she? Is she a husky? Is she a lab? Is she a German shepherd? Is she a Dachshund? We don't know. So in our story, one of our first sentences needs to be, what type of dog is Lola? So I wrote in my box, and I put husky, because Lola is a husky. So we said that she's a husky and she has 4 legs. Can anyone else think about maybe something that you would write about dogs? About what they eat. Yes. So some dogs eat dry food, or we know sometimes they like have water in their food, but maybe specifically about what she eats is maybe we can write about treats. What type of treats does she like? So what is something that keeps her engaged, like she likes to eat? So let me think. I know my dog Lola, she likes to eat green beans, which that is very different because not normally do dogs like to eat green beans. So that'll be a good fact to write about Lola. So I need to write that Lola eats green beans, and she also eats carrots. So I could write that in my story as well. But today I'm just going to write green beans. So I need to write green beans. And this will remind me when it comes time to writing my story, I can write about how she likes to eat green beans. Okay, so far we have husky, 4 legs, and green beans. What could be a 4th thing that I could write about? Yes. Does she like, what does she like to do? Does she like to go on walks? Yes, Lola does like to go on walks. So I'm going to write walk. I'm not going to put in a sentence yet. Remember, we're just doing bullet points. It's just going to be short little phrases so we can remember what we need to write about. So I just put in my box, walk. Or walks, sorry. Walks. Because that will help me remember that Lola likes to go on walks. So far we have husky, 4 legs, green bean, and walks. Can we think of one more thing that dogs might like to do? Or might like to eat, or anything about a dog? Yes, that's awesome. Yes, is she good with other dogs? So we could put well behaved. And for some of our friends that may not know what well behaved means, that means when they make their best choices. Are they good around other dogs? Do they get along with them, or do they bark at them? Are they good around other people? Do they bark at people? Do they try and bite people? Or are they really friendly and like to give them, like to wag their tail and run around and give them a toy for them to play catch? So Lola is very well behaved. So I'm going to write well behaved. Okay? So this is mine, well behaved. So if you look at my brainstorm, I need to put my name at the top of the paper so I know whose paper this is. So first what I did is I made sure that in my main topic I put what am I writing about. So today we were writing about Lola, so I put that in my main topic. I then put 5 boxes that I had to do. I did 5 boxes about exactly what I was talking about. So we know Lola, we know that she's a husky, so I need to talk about that. That is maybe the first thing I need to talk about is what type of dog is she, and we know that she is a husky. Then I need to talk about what else she looks like. So we know that she's a husky and she has 4 legs. So we're going to put that as number 2. So you see I labeled it number 1. That's the first sentence. My second sentence is going to be that she has 4 legs. My third sentence is going to be what she likes to eat. So I'm going to put 3, and my 3 is going to be for green beans because that's what she likes to eat. So that's going to be my third sentence. My fourth sentence is going to be walks. And then the last thing I'm going to talk about is how she's well behaved. So on mine, I labeled them 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Number 1 is going to be the first thing I'm going to write about. Number 2 will be the second sentence. Number 3 will be the third sentence. 4 and 5 will be the fourth and the fifth sentence. So now I'm going to hand you all an organizer, a graphic organizer, and you're going to list in the big circle, you're going to write, what are you going to write about? So, like I said, that could be cars, that could be dogs, that could be sports, that could be TV shows. You can write about whatever you want to write about, and that's going to be in the big circle, okay? Then you're going to have your 5 other boxes. In your 5 other boxes, you are going to list some facts about what you're talking about, some supporting evidence, So for mine, I talked about Lola and I listed 5 things, either what she looks like, what she likes to eat, what she likes to do, is she well behaved. So list 5 things. The 5 things you list have to be about that big box, that big circle. So it has to go back. So you have to write about five sentences that go back to your main topic. So you're making sure that you're staying on topic. I'm talking about Lola. I'm not going to write a sentence about my cat named Jerry. No, I'm going to write 5 sentences about Lola, okay? If you're writing about cars, you're going to write 5 sentences about cars. You're not going to write about what you ate for lunch. That is not on topic. On topic is staying on what you are writing about. So you write about 5 things related to your main topic. The same thing as your main topic, you're listing 5 things about them, so you stay on topic. So now, friends, I'm going to pass out a graphic organizer, and first I want you to write in your big bubble of what is your main topic. So what do you want to write about? Remember, mine was Lola. Write your name on your paper and write your main topic. Great job writing your main topic. Now I want you to think of what is a one thing that relates to your main topic. Yes, what you like to eat. You put your favorite food was fries, and maybe you can talk about what type of fries that you like to eat. Do you like to eat curly fries? Or maybe you could talk about what sides do you like to eat, what other sides do you like to eat, or what type of sauce you like to use. That is amazing. Okay, so then once we fill out all 5 boxes, then we are going to write our sentences. We are going to write our sentences tomorrow. Today, all we're working on is our graphic organizer and working on staying on topic with our graphic organizer. And once you write all 5 things, then you're going to go back and label, what do I want to talk about in my first sentence? For example, I said that she was a husky. I talked about her breed. So in your first sentence, or in your box, you're going to write a number 1 for what's going to be your first sentence, and you're going to do that for each box.